morning. This program is sponsored by Change Tomorrow Today 365 Incorporated, and I welcome you to join me and hear me for the next 14 minutes. My disclaimer is still, if this is your first time joining us, is that I believe in the Most High, and I believe that prayer changes things. And I also believe that we have to report to someone at the end. And so with that in mind, know that you do not have to believe in God. You do not have to believe in prayer. But my goal here is just to continue to walk in my purpose. And what's in me, I want to let everybody else know about it, because I can't do anything with it if I keep it to myself. I got to let somebody else know. Maybe it'll help somebody out. That's my goal. And I thank you for joining me this morning. So the first thing I want to remind you of, I want you to go back in memory and think of the times when you were in grade school, middle school, and high school, even college, and to progress from one level of education to another. Occasionally, every 6 weeks, every 9 weeks, every semester, you would get a report card. And for every subject that you were enrolled in, you would get a grade as to how you are progressing. And so, A is above excellence, B is excellent, C, the letter grades A, B, and then C means average, D means need some work, F means you failed. That's what it means. And on some of our report cards, depending on the age level of the report card, we would have a U for unsatisfactory or an S for satisfactory. So that brings me to my topic today. How are you living your life today? Remember the grade levels that I've just mentioned? Do you have all A's, B's, and C's? Or do you have all D's and F's? Do you have an S for satisfactory or a U for unsatisfactory? I need for you to think about that. I need for you to think about how you are living today. And I know with all these issues that we have going on in this world, and all of the issues that everyone has going on in their life, and sometimes they disconnect you from what you want to be connected to, or they keep you from being connected to whom or whatever you want to be connected to. The one sure thing you can think about is that just like you were born and all these fingerprints right here, if I touch the doorknob and my fingerprints are on file somewhere, and they go and they check those fingerprints on the doorknob, they're attached to me. And no one else can be accused of opening that door and having the fingerprints that I have on the doorknob. It's going to be my responsibility, because my fingerprints are individualized for me and me only. And your fingerprints are too. So you want your fingerprints to show just who you are. So we were all made differently. We all have to fit in the way we feel comfortable fitting in. We don't have to fit in and be like everybody else. I want you to know that. But I do want you to know also that you need to be thankful for life, and you need to believe in something. You need to believe in something that is good. Believe in something that you can't see. But believe in something that controls you and leads you and guides you. And that's what I believe. I believe in the Most High because of that. It's that He's taking care of us, all the time. So believe in something. But getting back to the fingerprints, how are you living today? Will your fingerprints justify your living, or will they not justify your living? Are you happy with the way you're living? Are you letting other people decide how you are to live? Are you being thankful for being alive and living and not being 6 feet underground? Are you cherishing the moments to make yourself happy? Are you cherishing your moments to help other people feel happy when you can? You're not moping. You don't need to do that. You don't need to mope. You don't need to feel sad, even though there might be some sadness involved in living all the time. There's more to life than being sad and unhappy and mean and angry and trifling and unappreciative You know, those are all the negatives, and you know, there are hundreds of negatives in our lives. So we have to think positivity in all situations, all day long. That is the only way we can move past certain situations that depress us or cause anxieties. We have to pray to the Most High, or pray to whatever you believe in, and ask for courage and strength. Ask for forgiveness and forgive others. Ask to be led in a way that would make you be all that you can be with those special fingerprints that you've been, that's only yours, that's yours, those wonderful fingerprints that are only attached to you, and no one else can duplicate that. Have you ever thought about that? Your fingerprints are not able to be duplicated. So why do you let other people duplicate your emotions and your attitudes and who you are with and not with and what you do in life? That's not what you're supposed to do. I need for you to realize that because you have these special fingerprints that only belong to you, that your attitude is yours and you have control of that as well, regardless of what anyone else does or say, okay, to you. Don't let that be internalized into you, and all of a sudden you forget that you're an individual and you don't know how to act. You do know how to act. You know how to act and be just like what you want to be. So today, for thought, I want you to start changing your negative attitudes and pick up on the positives. The opposite of sad is happy. The opposite of alone is to be with someone. Have to be careful now who you decide to be with. But there are people, decent people all over the place. You just have to make sure that you weigh those options between advantages and disadvantages of being with people. If you're with people who talk about you like you are nothing, they're not encouraging you to be all that you can be. If they are telling you you're nothing and will never amount to nothing, you need to get away from that. You can put distance in between you and that person. It might be someone that's important in your life and you want to have that relationship, but still you do not deserve to be mentally or verbally abused like that. So I need for you to know that too. You are special. Your fingerprints being individualized for you lets you know right there you're special, you know. So if you just grab a hold to you being special today, and that you will deserve the best in life that life has to offer, and go get it, you will do something in life. You can be all that you can be. Be thankful. Be glad that you are who you are, and make yourself better. You know, start small. If you have a bad attitude going to work tomorrow morning, let's try and change that attitude and say good morning when you walk in the office, rather than frowning up and acting like you're mad because you had to come to the job. Whether you need a job, if you want to have a roof over your head and some money, and you know, just be grateful for the job. So because you're going to work tomorrow, let's just be happy where we are. Don't go in there frowning and being sad and unappreciative, because that job allows you to make an income. And you would be nothing perhaps and have a roof over your head if you didn't have the income, if you need money to survive. We all need that, money to survive. We need money to take care of bills and to do things that we want to do and what we like to do. And so be grateful tomorrow when you go to work tomorrow. And the first thing after you being grateful, you know, change the way you've been acting. If you go in all grumpy and then, you know, somebody pick up that you're grumpy, then guess what? You affect the whole environment in the office. Now everybody's grumpy today. But if you go in all happy and pleasant and happy, and regardless of what's going on, you know, it might be the worst person that in the office that you could ever work with or that you've ever worked with. But you can change that just by staying where you want to be. So if your goal is to be happy and not sad, go into the job tomorrow morning being happy. And show everyone else that you're happy, and they might wonder, might talk about you, but who cares? Talk is cheap, doesn't cost anything to talk, and you just don't internalize what they're saying and let them talk. Oh, she's so happy today, or he's so happy today, I wonder what happened. And you show that all day, and then on Tuesday, I bet you the office environment will be totally different, because you went to work not grumpy, not feeling as if somebody's going to beat up on you today, even though they might. Because that happens on jobs sometimes. But I'm trying to get us to realize that we can affect the change. That's why we are working so hard to promote Change Tomorrow's Day, 365 days of the year. You can change your situation. by changing your attitude, changing your thoughts, changing your actions. This is something you need to affect yourself. So you can't go around talking about other people if you're not doing anything to make that change. You know, so somebody's got to start here somewhere. So we're going to start with you being happy tomorrow, all day long, regardless of what happens. On the job, at home, at school, wherever you might be tomorrow. Just go in. Prepare yourself tonight. I'm going to work, I'm going to school, I'm going to my job, and I'm going to be happy. I'm going to smile and let my little light shine. Let your little light shine and let everybody else feel it, so everybody else will want to be like you and let their little light shine. Domino effect. You set some dominoes up, one will knock all the others down. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to knock sadness and depression and anxiety out of the way by showing happiness tomorrow. Just be happy in spite of your circumstances. Everything doesn't have to be just the way you want it. You don't have to be in a fabulous relationship, and you can be thinking on how to change that, but show that you're happy, that you're thankful, that you're glad to be alive, and you know how to make change. And the only way to make change is to think on something that is negative and holding you back, or something that is negative and it's not doing any good for you to be full of depression, full of sadness. So let's change it around. Let's turn it around and do the opposite of what our negatives are. So I start small request. Smile tomorrow in all situations. If someone comes in and says something negative, you continue to smile and just say, oh, thank you. Or I appreciate that. Don't let it get under your skin and mess up your whole day, your whole week. Just think positively about yourself and know that you can make this change. You make the change, people start to see that you've changed, and that domino effect occurs, and everyone will want to change and be happy also. And believe it or not, if you're grumpy all the time and all of a sudden you decide, well, I'm going to take her advice and I'm going to smile and be happy and say good morning and how are you doing, and I haven't been doing that, watch the effects and the change of people that you're around. So if you can just try it, and then if you want to respond and let me know how that went, how that turned out, how you being happy, and the domino effect in a good positive way, how it was, how you led someone else to be positive. You can email change tomorrow today at Gmail. Oh, let me start over again. It's change tomorrow today 365 at gmail.com. You can also leave comments at our website, change tomorrow today 365.org. And you can just jot it down, and you can also, use the correct email address and the correct website address if I did not give it correctly. But in any case, I am so glad to be before you, and I thank you for joining me. Goodbye and have a good day, a good rest of the week, the whole month of November. I wish you well and happiness.